Hey everyone, so Peloton has been testing out their new bike rental program called One Peloton Club for the past several months at various locations and at various prices, but it seems like they have finally solidified what the actual price and what the actual terms are going to be and have seemingly rolled it out nationwide. So now you have the option between buying a Peloton bike or just leasing one. So today we're going to take a look at all of the terms and exactly how the One Peloton Club works, and also compare it as an alternative to just buying the bike to see which is the better deal or in which circumstances it makes the most sense. Now, for those of you new to the channel, my name is Colin Jenkins with Connect the Watts, where we cover all of the latest connected fitness news, reviews, tips, and interviews. So if that sounds like something you're into, make sure to subscribe. Now, there's a few very important things that you need to know about how Peloton's rental program works. So first of all, the bike that you are going to get, Peloton says that it could be either new or a refurbished bike, but given their huge inventory of refurbished bikes, I would plan and assume that in the most likely scenario, the bike that you will be getting is refurbished. Now, in terms of additional fees, there is a $150 delivery fee, but when you want to return the bike, there is no return fee. So really that $150 is both for the delivery and the pickup. And so the cost to lease a Peloton bike from this program is $89 per month, but that also includes the all access membership, which would cost you $44 no matter whether you're leasing or actually buying the bike outright. So the actual price for renting the Peloton bike is $45 per month. And that is going to be the number that we use to compare it to just buying a new Peloton bike outright, which costs currently $1,445. So looking at the first year, if you were to rent a Peloton bike, the total cost of that bike rental would be $690, and not including the $44 monthly membership that you'll be paying. Additionally, in year one, at any point throughout the year, you can choose to buy the Peloton bike for $1,295, which, if you include the $150 delivery fee, works out to be the exact same price as if you had just bought a new bike, despite the fact that this is probably a refurbished bike and in addition to all of the months that you paid to rent it for. So for example, if you decided to lease the Peloton bike and 6 months in, you're like, you know what, I just want to buy it outright, the total cost for you to buy that refurbished bike is going to be $1,715, which is a lot more expensive than just buying a new one. So it makes very little sense to rent a Peloton bike if you think there's a good chance that you'll end up wanting to buy it within that first year. And even if you do decide to buy the Peloton bike from this rental, you really should never do it in this first year, because if you wait until the end of the year, Peloton actually lowers the purchasing price of the bike down $400 to $895. So for example, if you wait 1 year to buy the bike, you'll have ended up paying $45 for 12 months or $540 in total to rent it, $150 delivery, and $895 to keep the bike, making the total cost $1,585, which is actually a lot cheaper than had you bought the bike at the 6-month mark, and also a lot closer in comparison to just buying the new bike outright. Now, if you rent your Peloton bike for 2 years and you wait for the beginning of year 3, Peloton will lower the price for you to buy it to $500, so pretty much applying another $400 discount. So if you rent the Peloton bike for 2 years, you'll have paid $45 times 24 months or $1,080 for the rental, $150 for the delivery, and $500 for the bike, making the total $1,730, which is a similar cost to what you would have paid for if you bought the bike at month 6. So really, if you want to rent a Peloton bike and are considering buying it, the very best time to do so is at the beginning of your second year. Now, given all this, I think it makes sense to utilize the One Peloton Club and rent a Peloton bike if you plan on keeping the bike for 1 year or less, since at that point you would have paid close to $700 for the bike rental alone, not including the membership. Alternatively, you could always buy the Peloton bike for $1,445, and then you could also probably always sell the bike if you no longer wanted it for at least $500, though that is a conservative estimate and likely you could get more. And another option is to buy a refurbished bike directly from Peloton. They usually only offer this to current digital members though, and it's only once in a while, but they did recently send out an email offering some of these refurbished bikes for under $1,000. And another alternative is you could buy a Peloton bike secondhand, which at least in California where I'm at, I am commonly seeing them sold between $600 and $800. Now, one thing that is important to consider is that these original Peloton bikes are getting pretty old now, and the tech in their tablets are especially outdated compared to pretty much any other bike on the market, including the Peloton Bike Plus. So I wouldn't be shocked to see these bikes needing to have their tablet replaced in just a few years. In fact, the founder and previous CEO, John Foley, said that while the bike frame would likely last a decade, the screens would likely need to be replaced and upgraded every 5 years or so. And he said that several years ago. So you may want to consider looking into the Peloton Bike Plus, which is much more future-proof, has much more accurate output, and there's actually 16 total differences between the original Peloton bike and the Bike Plus. So make sure to check out that video here.